comes a new challenger.
Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Gotta do this. Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Goes for the throw. Can they use the corner to mount a comeback? Does not want to get stuck in the corner. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? The super armor does its job. Sticks the combo. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Knockdown. Uses the fireball to try and establish their pace. Gets the jump in.
My turn.
Their jostling opts for the throw to close it out. Player one sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Heats it up with a combo into super.
Sunrise Festival! They've got to nail the inputs to keep this up.
Player two has a slight life lead that they may sit on. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Our fighters are at a standstill. What's the play here? Out of range. Relatively safe. Zones with the fireball. Player one hits them with a stop and block. Up into the air off the just cool. A quick breather. Player one will need to use their meter here wisely. Impact squash. Shows immediate
Nothing.
experiencing burnout. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Attempts to break the stalemate with the projectile connects, not giving the opponent any chances. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Oh, solid anti-air. The drive impact is denied. Blocks the impact. Uses the impact to shave off some of their drive hits. Player two isn't willing to risk it for the overdrive. Gotta do better than that. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Nothing stops this train. Player one is in burnout state, a very precarious situation. This is where we can expect some major impact squash. Excellent block to shut out the impact. Oh, snipes! Turns down, pumps the brakes on the impact. Player one can't let the... Perfect execution with the anti-air. Uses their drive gauge. What are they gonna do? Connects with the throw. Both sides getting ready. Now they can use... Reads the jump in perfectly. There's a burnout.
Fires off an air slasher!
What? Anti-air. A real... This is gonna...
They are done!
Player one comes out on top of that fierce battle.
Talk about a show. That match had it all.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. This can lead to some big damage.
Up into the air off the just cool.
Player two has the life advantage. There's still a lot of fighting to be had. It's anyone's match. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Escapes the corner to reset the situation. Player two is in burnout. Drives off the table. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. The jump-in is denied. Holds out with the block. Good job blocking the jump-in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. What a clutch side switch there. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Knockdown. Will this super art connect? Oops, they were anticipating that super art.
Hits them with a stop and pop.
This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or KO? Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Immediate jump in. Who's going to start things off? Smart throw, that'll do more damage than usual. Player 1 took that round comfortably. No need to bring out the big guns yet. Both fighters planning something? You've got to be mindful of reach and jumpings at this range. A quick breather. Player 2 can build off this lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Going in. Super clutch corner switch. Steals back a chance. We're at a standstill, but we may see an eruption soon. There's a wall splash. They can't do anything now. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Good instinct to spend them with a stopping block. There's a burnout. They're both out of drive gauge. Will they press on or wait it out? They return to center stage. One player is in burnout state. The throw is denied. Can they use their resources wisely to pick up the win here? This is gonna hurt. Throws them. Oh, here we go. Chisels them down. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Open with a jump in? Tries to make something happen with an overdrive arm. Goes for a risky overdrive. Both fighters look to set things up as they continue to jostle for position. Experiencing burnout. So, what's next? Manages to block the jump-in attack. Gotta do better than that. Drops them from the air. Good judgment there. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Oh, putting the cherry on top. The party's getting started. Lands the super. Time for dessert. Both fighters' drive gauges might be burned out, but the fires just anticipated that throw. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? A dash? Escapes the corner. Adds a bit of OD spice there. Both sides getting ready. Solid anti-air. Knew the throw was coming. Somehow manages, tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. Looking for a hole. Fires off an air slash. Tries to make something happen with an overdrive arm. Nice air slasher. What? We just saw the heist of the century. I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that wreck them. Up into the air off the just cool. Takes the chance to hurt him. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Player 2 with the life lead. He's got a small life lead, but it's not over. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Throws them. What's next? Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Next hit will end the round. Quarter makes it hard to escape. Snipes them out the air. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Jumps up, goes for the fire, hits them with a stopping block. Risky uphook ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Sunrise Festival. Can they ride the beat to the end? Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Rips the slasher out. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. It reads the jump in perfectly. This can lead to some big damage. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Air money don't make no money. Spends it all for the Shinryu Ripper. But were they looking to connect with an overdrive arc from this situation? Player 1 can't use any drive move. Gotta play it safe. Goes a fireball at that range. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Opens with a jump in, hits the drive. Last round saw some incredibly calm nerves despite the odds stacked against them. This will be a big win if they can keep it up. Knocked them out of the air. Player, this is gonna hurt. Player 1 is dangerously close to running out of... Nothing stops this train. Player 1 is barely
cherry on top.
Hey, hey, hey!
Weekend pleasure. We're in for a good time.
Player 1 is in burnout state, a very precarious situation. This is where he pumps the brakes on the impact. Reads the jump in perfectly. Connects with the throw. Close range projectile. Excellent block.
Who will set the bait at this range? Fires off an air slash. Who are they swinging at?
Can they close this round without relying on drive? Only a little bit of drive and life left. Willing to risk it for the overdrive. Answers with a fireball. They are done! Player 2 clinches the win! But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that.
Comes a new challenger.
We're in for something special right here, right now.
Showtime, baby! Round 1. Fight!
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Blocks the jump in. No good up high. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Steps in for the throw. Stands firm and blocks the drive in. What's the play here? Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Brushes off the impact. Forcefully closes the gap. Hold your breath. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives up, brings out the super art. How is this gonna work out for them? Player 2 chases them down.
They can't squander this punish counter chase.
And a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage.
Sunrise Festival. Can they ride the beat to the end?
In there! Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight!
Checks with a medium kick. Smart play with the throw. Combo with the target combo. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Uses the impact to shave off some of their drive gauge.
Were they baiting them into that?
But uses the gauge for a super art. Spin drive smasher assault. What's coming next? Jumps up. A quick breather. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without experiencing burnout. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation.
Rips the slasher out.
Connects with medium kick. Side switch and solid anti-air. Our fighter, burnout act in there. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first.
Hits them with a stop and pop. Air slasher.
Still plenty of time left. Oh, could be the start of something. Blocks it. Ooh, what a smart throw. Knockdown and... Player 2 is barely hanging on to their last bit of drive. Can they stop this life lead from getting bigger? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Gets the side spin, wrecks them. What now? Player 1 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Crowns them from above. Ooh, the drive impact hits for a punish. Jump and whip. They're wide open. Punish counter on the action. Burns out.
Turning it right up with a super. Go big time to kick it. Never ever miss a chance to show off
seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fire attack. Jumps. Player 2 chases them down. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Managing their drive gauge well here can open up a lot of good chances for them later in the round. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. This is the range where things get going on the offensive, charges forward. Delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Takes a trip. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Who will capitalize on an experiencing burnout? Player 1, a gutsy fireball gives them the round. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Who's going to start things off? Air Slasher! Jumps in! Big throws. Both fighters planning something? Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This brushes that off and keeps going. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Ooh, there's a side switch. This could be big. They decide to take a breather to regroup. Rolling Soba. Player 2 will look to experiencing burnout. A quick breather. In there. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Gets the throw out of the hooligan. Smart, aggressive play there. Danny's speed on full display. It's the Delta Renaissance. Player 2 with a clutch anti-air. They just said, get that jump in out of here. Player 1 drives it back, misses. Wow, sat and waited for this opening. Player 1 is looking at a grim situation. Yo, Rock, over here.
Hey! Weekend weather! We're in for a good time.
Looking for a hole. Keeps it, throws them. Okay, here we go. Player 1 can't use any drive through. Oh, they're gonna be in the middle! Are you kidding me? Player 2 is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire.
Comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Showtime. Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Tries to bait him with the projectile. The drive impact nets them a sweet punish counter. Gets through the opening. Player 1 has the life lead. Okay, creating some space here. Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. The jump is down to the wire, canceling each other out. These fighters are in sync. Player 2, in that dangerous burnout state, reads their mind and texts a throw. That text what you get when both sides go in on the throw. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Getting into the net, heats it up with a combo into super. Adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Where's their opening? Smart choice to use that attack to do chip damage and get the KO to take the round. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Throws them to negate the block. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Air slasher. Overdrive art. Goes for the jump in. Hit them with a stopping body. Player experiencing burnout. Both fighters are out of drive. Might be a good idea to back off, but they might try something here. The drive's off the table. What else have they got? Sneaks in above. Breaks the block with a throw. Going in? Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? This could lead to some big damage. What's next? They couldn't tech the throw. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Fires off an air slash!
Brushes that off and keeps going. Jumps in. Grabs and throws him away. Zones with the fireball. Blocks it. Throw is denied. What a read. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Both sides. Tries to act quickly but whiffs the attack. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Player one with a slight lead. Will they cap throws him? Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Ooh, you never know. Gotta do better than that. Crowns them from above. Wrecks them. Jinrai?
Nothing stops this train! Takes them all!
A real test of and whip. They're wide open. The super hit is gonna be enough to kill. Did not miss that chance and takes the round. Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with.
comes a new challenger.
Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Showtime! Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Throws them. What's next? What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Throws out a projectile. Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Immediate jump in. Gets the jump in. Throws them to negate the block. Player 2 did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their ground game. Uses the fireball to try and establish their pace. Hits them with a stopping block. Up into the air off the just cool. A quick breather, experiencing burnout. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is the punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Sunrise Festival. Can they ride the beat to the end?
Okay.
Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? Throws up, sets up with the jump in. Doesn't take the throw. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Nice air slasher!
Brushes that off and keeps going. Yes, sir. More damage, please. Risky decision, but let's see how this plays out. This is gonna hurt. Both sides getting ready. What are they gonna do? Drop them. What? Nothing stops this train. Player 1, there's a burnout. Throws them. Okay, here we go. No! Send off the wall! Player closes it out. Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that comeback. Zones with the fireball. Sticks the combo. Hits him with a stop and pop. The jump-in is denied. They're not going to allow any jump-ins. Solid anti-air will shut down the opponent's air game and make it much harder to jump in. Solid combo. What's going to follow the combo? Brushes off the impact. No good up high. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Life lead opens up. Throws them. What's next? This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. They were right to be on guard there. Throws them to negate the block. Player 1, there's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Comes from behind to pick up the win. They took advantage of every chance. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Jumps in. Sees it coming and blocks it out. You can block impacts, but you're going to lose some drive gauge when you do. Player 2 can build off this lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Player 2, good heads-up decision, opting for the drive impact. Player 1, in dot, got him up against the wall, and the stun is there. Oh, says no to the impact. Oh, what's this? Digs in deep to get that drive in. KO! Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Goes for the jump in. Whiffs with that huge attack. handle with care. You can't drop drive impacts. Changes the pace with the fire. This can lead to some big damage. All the throw connects. That throw will do some good damage. Drive impact misses. Ooh, what a smart throw. Connects with the throw. Amazing. Low heavy, but no. Throws them. With super arts into play, it's really anything jump. Can this drive bring them back? Who will set the bait at this range? Anti-air in the clutch. Cross that off. What a finish! I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one.
Comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checking their opponent. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Blocks the jump in. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Can they outlast it? Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Goes for the throw. Good work staying in throw range there. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Uses the fireball to try and establish their pace. Player 2 chases them down. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Player 2 will have to experiencing burnout. The rapid fire in there. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Gets scooped from down low. Throws them to negate the block. Risky up-close scrap still going. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. A quick breather. Player 2 will look to apply. Hits him with a stop and pop. Knockdown with the solar plexus strike. Throws him. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Connects with the throw. In attack range.
Hits that with confidence.
The drive's there.
Passes out the gate right there.
This is gonna kill. No doubt about it.
That was the highest if I've ever seen it.
Player 1 was an absolute beast in that match. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Gets the jump in. Oh, there hits him with a stop and pop. Throws him. What's next? Closes the gap for the grab. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Next up, Player 2 with the life lead. Time to sit on the lead. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Combo with the target combo. Taking stock. Back throw for the side switch. Player one can't afford to get hit. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Sunrise Festival. They've got to nail the inputs to keep this up. Player one drops them to half. Close, smart play to stop the opponent there. Ooh, there's a side that closes it with a classic corner throw. Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent brushes that off and keeps going. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. They're waiting for the opportunity to bust this back wide open. Player two is what baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Player one in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive game. Now's the time. That's a big gap. He's experiencing burnout. We're at a standstill, but we may see an eruption soon. Both fighters are out of drive. Might be a good idea to back off, but they might try something here. Jump. Whiffs with that huge attack. Both fighters planning. Oh my god, they just choked it up. That's a smart decision there. The chip damage was enough. Player two brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Holds out with the block. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Throws them to negate the block. Player two pushes the opponent into the corner. Perfect execution and gameplay nets our fighter a perfect round. Player two sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Throws out a projectile. Checking to see how the opponent reacts to long-range fireballs. This is a clear sign that they're testing their opponent's knowledge and game plan. Big throws. What'll happen here? Hits them with a stop and block. And they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal. In there! Player two brings it home.
Here comes a new challenger.
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
Showtime! Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. That was a solid anti-air. Throws him down. Was well in range to score the throw. Still slugging it out here. What are they thinking here? Can't tech the throw? Closes the gap for the grab. Sticks the combo. Can they convert this punish counter opportunity into something? And a super activation. Looking to score some KO. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. Gets the counter hit throw. Player one needs to use the threat of the corner here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Hits them with a stop and bop. Barely blocks the jump in. What'll happen here? Gets the back throw to turn things around. Connects with the throw. What's next? Crowns him from above. The next touch, the overhead denied. Wraps it up with a throw. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Start things off with a jump in. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Player two won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Ooh, what a smart throw! Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Getting up close and perfect.
Throws that off!
With super arts into play, it's really
Oh! Putting the cherry on top! Ladies and gentlemen, with the weekend! Time to punch out!
This is going to hurt. Wow, that throw did some juicy damage. Closes it out. Player 1 was an absolute beast in that match. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. What's this? What's gonna happen? Digs in deep to get that drive impact. Looking to plan him with a pile driver. Player 2 has the life advantage. Time to sit on the lead. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Takes a trip. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Trying to read each other here? Player 1 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their drive. Were they baiting them into that? Target locked and scoop. Nice. Sees the combo through and takes the round. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Oh! Absorbs the converts the opening impact into a punish counter. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Risky decision, but let's see how this plays out. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Player 2 will need experiencing burnout. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. That's a big gap. Who's going to close it? Hits them with a stop and block. Are we gonna bend the meter? Hoping for a good return.
Sunrise Festival! They gotta nail the inputs to keep this up.
Player 2 closes it out. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. The overhead denied. Double lariat and now sees the overhead coming. Brushes that off and keeps going. Maximum strike. Both fighters planning something? What are they gonna do? Reversal. Overhead, but it won't work. Crowns him from above.
Taps him on the dome.
Jumps. Ooh, what a smart throw. What's next? Answers with a fireball. Throws them. Both are ready to pull the trigger on their super art. Clutch parry. And whip. They're wide open. Didn't hesitate going for the kill with that super.
Let's go!
Does not leave anything to chance with that super finish. Player 2 comes out on top of that fierce battle.
Talk about a show. That match had it all.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back.
Throws that off.
Target locked and scoop. Player 2 has the run. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. That should teach him you can't just throw out moves. There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Player 1 must be feeling good after that super, but they gotta keep on the gas. Can they turn this gauge advantage into something? So they break forward to pressure the opponent, throws them to negate the block. Life lead opens up.
Rips the slasher out.
Reads their mind and techs the throw. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Target locked and scoop. Player 2 has depleted their drive gauge, but they are still KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Uses a fireball to try and establish their pace. Fires without warning. Nice block on the overhead. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Sneaks in above. Knockdown and... oh, says no to the impact. Uses the impact to shave off some of their drive gauge. Brushes that off and keeps going. Player 2, Neek, uses the gauge for a super art. Sunrise Festival. Can they ride the beat to the end?
Okay.
Dealing a nice chunk of damage. What a payoff. Throw escape. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Connects with the throw. They must have a game plan here with a critical art on deck, but execute a thunderous drive impact to close the round. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Impact squash. Perfect execution with the anti-air. They just said, get that jump in out of here. Looking for a hold. Excellent block. Drops him hard. Player 1, there's a drive impact. Turns out. Player 1, oh,
Putting the cherry on top.
uh-oh. This could really tip the scale. Player 2 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. They're taking a step back to hugs nothing but air. Ooh, what a smart flow. Player 2 may be able to pick this time to bust this out. I don't know if this is enough to kill.
No remorse.
Oh, so close. The next moves are gonna be crucial. Are you kidding me? Player 1 is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire.
comes a new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match.
Showtime, baby!
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Corner switch means they can now go on the offensive. Shoots off a projectile from downtown to check their approach. Denying them a breather there with a long-range fireball. Strings it all together. Decent damage. What's next? Decides to meet them in the air. Can't tech the throw? At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Takes a trip. Checks them with a projectile. Impacts a no-go. Feeling out the spacing. Neither fighter is willing to back down from this exchange. Anything could happen here. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Going in, experiencing burnout. They need to rely on their instincts here. Both players all out of drive gauge. Just goes for it at this range. That's not KO! Player 2 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Jumps? Somehow pitches back all the way to center stage. Escapes the corner to reset the situation. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter attack. A quick breather. Scrapping it out up close. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Air slasher. Drive gauge gap here. Watching each other carefully. Experiencing burnout. Clip crowns them from above. Life lead is there, but still anyone's gotta do better than that. Going in, player 2 tries to KO. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. That drive impact is blocked. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Goes for the low kick. Picks up some damage with a long-reaching attack. Gets a good read on their opponent. Still slugging it out here. Are they trying to slow down the pace with a projectile? Denying them a breather there with a long-range fireball. Parries the projectile. Saw the projectile easily. They'll want to be careful of positioning here while on the lookout for more projectiles. Absorbs the attack and fires back. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Anticipated that counter and blocks. Opts for the throw to close it out. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Goes with the projectile for their opening shot. Will that drive impact get punished? Throws them to negate the block. Player 1 has the life lead. Can they use it? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. Just hits them with a stop and block. Knockdown and looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fire blast. We're at a standstill, but we may see an eruption. Drops them hard. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. It's a good spot to use the super. Wants to close it out in style, but is it enough? Hanging by a thread. Just need one final push. Sets up with the jump in. This is quite a sick counter. It's like they knew exactly what was going to happen. Player 1 gets the win in a convincing fashion. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that comeback. Box him with a target combo. Great work finding the opening. Projectile to try and change the situation. Gets a chance with that jump in. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Takes the chance to hurt him. Just out of range for that blow. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. No more drive gauge. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Where is their opening? So they break forward to prep. Smart choice to use that attack to do chip damage and get the KO to take the round. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Player 1 chases them down. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Player 1 will meet
Sunrise Festival. They've got to nail the inputs to keep this up.
Oh wow, look at the damage that did. Fantastic work with that combo. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage.
They're anti-air in the clutch.
Back into the corner. There's the wall splat. They can't do anything now. In there. Player 1 took no time to finish that fight.
A new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Tries to get a breather with a projectile. Responds to the jump with one of their own to drop him. They're on the lookout for jumping. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match gonna go? What are these fighters thinking now? The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. Jump in finds the mark. Knockdown. Can't tech the throw. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Very solid corner switch. Perfect execution and gameplay nets our fighter a perfect round.
Round 2.
Player 2 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Bricks out the blade to creep up. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Grabs and throws them away. Going in. Extending that drive gauge. Air slasher. Were they baiting them into that? Up into the air off the just cool. Both fighters planning something? Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Experiencing burnout. The engagement here will have a huge effect on the rest of the match. This is the time stacking things in their favor with solid punches. Hanging on for dear life. Oh, kisses the fireball. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Showtime, baby! Let me have some fun.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checking their opponent. Are they trying to slow down the pace with a projectile? The move whiffs and they get nailed with a punish counter. That's how you capitalize on an opponent's mistake. Get the punish counter by waiting for the opponent to whiff an attack and then strike without hesitation. No good umpire. What's the play here? Opts for the throw. Steps in for the throw.
Hey!
Throws them to negate the block. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Takes a trip. Perfect read to get the finish with the low attack. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Box them with a target combo. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Blocks the impact. Forcefully closes the gap. Goes with the safe stuff with that target. Breaks the block with a throw. Their will to win is really being tested here. Our fighters are at a standstill. What's the play here? Anti-air drops him. Smart play with the throw. Rising up KO. Player 2 took no time to finish that fight.
Round one. Fight.
They choose to run it back. Let's get right to it. Player 2 chases them down. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. There's a corner switch. Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? What's the play here? Blocks the jump in. We've reached the midway point of the round, and both fighters are at about even left. They've been pushed into the wall, and the stun's there. Damage? A reset? They really need to think about their next move. Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Can't tech the throw. Misses the drive impact. Shoots off a fireball up close. Life lead opens up. Picks up the win with the projectile. Good read. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Hits him with a stop and pop. Reacts to the throw. Gets the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side swing. Good read with that throw escape. Blocks the impact. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? The low heavy is denied. What a reaction to go air to air. Flawless round. They got him so quick. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Showtime, baby!
Time to...
Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Tries to bait him with the projectile. Plenty of time left. how's the match gonna play out? Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Still slugging it out here. Absorbs the attack and fires back. So it looks like our fighters are taking a breather. Checks with a projectile. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. I'd like to see them use this drive disparity to shift the tide of the fight to their side. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Oh, easy tag. Get some. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Air slasher. Hits him with a stop and block. Player 1, good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. The drive impact. Jumps in. Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. That's a big gap. Who's going to close it? A good chance here to recover the drive gauge or figure out the next step. The Fuha's there to give them even better returns on their investment. Lots of Fuha banked and plenty of avenues to race through. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. What'll happen here? Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Hits him with a stop and bop. Maximum strike! Ooh, what a smart play! Going in? Super clutch corner switch. Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? Pumps the brakes on the impact. Turns out. A jump? Anticipated that throw. Tons of space between the fighters now. What are they cooking up? Doing some quick planning? Just tries to make what a finish! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Open with a jump in? This is it. The throw is denied. And whips, they're wide open. Gotta do better than that. Uses the impact to shave off some of their drive game. Impact squashed. Super hearts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Player 2 is in a very genius read with that throw escape. Crowns him from above. Okay, here we go. Wall slam into the guard break. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Uh-oh. This could really tip the scale. Player 1 is mount reads the throw and escapes. Player 2 needs to take it. Connects with the throw. Amazing. What are they gonna do? Medium kick. Impact squashed. Fires on air slasher. I can't believe it. Opens them right up. Player 2 really had to fight for that one. No shortage of drama.
comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
Gotta do
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Waiting for the opponent to make the first move. Goes for the throw. Clear that neither of them wants to be in the corner. Does not want to get stuck in the corner. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. That should teach him you can't just throw out moves. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Both fighters are working with empty drive gauges, but I'm sure they want to make something happen. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. How much damage can they deal before the with this super art connect? Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Whiffs the throw. Can't tech the throw? Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Barely blocks the jump in. Player 2 has depleted their drive game, but they are still within range to win this round. KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Checks him with a projectile. Jumps, throws him. What's next? That throw will do some good damage. Uses the target drive rush to keep it going. Ooh, they cancel each other out. That was close. Throws a fireball. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools.
How's this?
Oh, what's this? They can't squander this punish counter chance. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Experiencing burnout.
How's this?
Misses the grab.
How's this?
The throw missed. A super art? Oh, no question whether this super art is going to kill or not. There it is. They knew it'd be enough.
How'd I lose?
Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Comes a new challenger.
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
Gotta do
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checks with a projectile.
How's this? How's this?
The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Steps in for the throw. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. They decide to hang back and rethink their game plan. Big counter. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Impact's a no-go. Anything could happen here. That drive impact doesn't get through. Just out of range for that throw. Projectile to try and change the situation. Trying to read each other here? Jumps? Throws them to negate the block. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Parries to cancel the fireball. There's an overdrive Shoryu. Shoryuken? A quick breather. Player 1 can't use any more drive without burning out. Not much life left. Love tap to close it. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Oh, says no to the impact. Checks them with the projectile. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Takes a trip. They were right to be on guard there. Taking stock. Player hits him with a stop and bomb. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Goes low. Uses the gauge for a super art.
Bring in the heat!
Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. We have super arts on deck. There's still a chance to turn this around. Drive impact misses. Connects with the throw. In attack range, experiencing burnout. Oh, bends it on the fireball. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can kill themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? The first brushes that off and keeps going. Combo with the target combo. The combo's there. Decent damage. What's next? Opts for the throw. Almost had it, but he gets blocked. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. The drive impact doesn't get them the punish counter, but it's still good. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. Impact's a no-go. Absorbs the attack and fires back. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Life lead opens up. Taking stock. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Player 1 experiencing burnout. What'll happen here? Player 2 has depleted their drive gauge, but they are still within range to win this round. Burnout activates. Each hit is a smart decision there. The chip damage was enough. Player 2 with a big first round pickup. Can they close it out? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Burns the drive gauge. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. They're still feeling each other out. They can't keep track of these corners. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Hits back with the drive impact on the recovery. This punish counter presents a huge chance. Sneaks in above. Blocks the impact. Player 1 brushes that off and keeps going. Smart play with the throw. Burnout activates. Both fighters planning something? The low kick hits. The throw is denied. How did they read that throw? They were not cleared for takeoff. Player 2 took no time to finish that fight. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Almost had it, but he gets blocked. The impact gets blocked. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Both sides looking for an opening. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Shoots off a projectile from downtown to check their approach. Taking stock. Feeling out the spacing. The jump in is denied. Combo with the target combo. Strings it all together. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Holds out with the block. Decides KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Overdrive Hadouken. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Nails the anti-air. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? The throw whips. Barely blocks the jump in. What'll happen? Experiencing burnout. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big. They can't squander this punishment. KO! This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Starts things off with a jump in. This is the time to use fireballs to chip away at an opponent. Looks to drop him to earth. Good judgment there. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Ooh, you never wreck them. Their spacing is so hit them with a stopping bomb. She's right.